Hello, today's video is the parable of the wise and foolish servants. This comes right after the parable of the watchful servants, and the only thing separating the two parables is Peter asking, Lord, are you telling this parable to us or to everyone? Which Jesus responds to the question with another parable of a faithful and wise manager who is put in charge of who a master puts in charge of his servants to take care of them and do everything accordingly. But this master is like, what if my master's not going to come home for a while? This manager, is going to be like, my master's not going to come home for a while, so he takes advantage of his freedom and responsibility and becomes abusive and self-indulgent and whatnot. And the master comes home and sees that manager, acting horribly and cuts him to pieces and assigns him a place with the unbelievers, it says. After this is chapter 12 of Luke, verses 42 through 48 generally, right? Verse 47 now, the servant who knows the master's will and does not get ready or does not do what the master wants will be beaten with many blows. So the person who knows what the master's will is, knows what God's will is, and does not do it, is responsible, right, as he should be. But the person, going on verse 48, I'm not reading directly from the text now, but the person who does not know these things is still going to be punished because they've acted, not accordingly to how they should be acting, but they'll be beaten with fewer blows. The second half of verse 48, I'm going to start reading. From everyone who has been given much, much will be demanded, and from the one who has been entrusted with much, much more will be asked. As Christians, we're entrusted with a whole lot of responsibilities to spread the gospel and to make disciples and to remain pure ourselves. A whole lot of internal and external conflicts. We're held responsible for these things. Of course, we're not on our own, right? We have God, but we're held responsible for a lot of things. And because much has been given to us, the Holy Spirit, which has great power, and because we've been given so much by God, we are going to be held responsible. And whether it be our time, our talents, our wealth that we have, whatever it is that God has given us, we are to use it for His glory and not take advantage of those things to satisfy ourselves and become self-indulgent or anything, because we will never know when that master, our master, will return. So we have to remain faithful for all time, faithfully using the gifts that have been stewarded to us for God's glory.